what proof do you have the Big Bang violates second law of thermodynamics?
Because it says thermodynamics that it will move in disorder, and then it moved in order for the universe to happen.
When did the universe move in order?
How did it create itself? It was just out of order.
What does that mean? The Big Bang doesn't talk about how the universe created itself. I don't know what you mean by that.
Things don't just happen for no reason, is what I'm saying.
I So does the Big Bang say that anything happened for no reason?
No, I'm saying that in order for a universe to be created, it has to have a why. It can't just happen.
No, it doesn't.
Proof.
What, you're the one making the claim.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. Nothing. I mean, if I want to throw my controller across the room right now, it's not just going to throw itself. It has to have me throw it. It's no different.
Okay, so that's true for everything.
Including the universe.
And everything.
What do you mean, and everything?
So that's always true. What you just said is always true.
This is always. What are you talking about right now?
Is what you said always true?
About
Everything
throwing
has
my
to have a
controller?
purpose and a cause behind it.
Not every single thing, but according to, being universal and being intelligent, yes.
Is your God universal and intelligent?
Yeah, he's everything.
Yeah, what caused it then?
What do you mean, what caused it? He's always existed. It's a rhetorical
What
question,
caused it? See, no, see, because if it's universal and intelligent, it has to have a cause. This guy named Zach said that.
Okay, well,
Everything that's universal and intelligent has to have a cause behind it. Zach, 2023. That's going to be my yearbook quote.
okay, because you're definitely still
So
in high
what
school.
caused your God?
What do you mean, what caused? He's omniscient, he's always existed outside of everything.
Yeah, so he's universal and intelligent, and according to people named Zach, everything that has those attributes has to have a cause behind it. So what caused your God?
I didn't say that God had to have a cause. And God is just,
You, you
God.
God is God. Okay, ready? The universe is uncreated. It just exists there.
You can believe that, but there's so much overwhelming of because firstly, evolution is nothing more than a theory. They've been taught that for years.
Yes,
Secondly,
it's nothing other than proven by evidence.
okay, then why do so many great minds, why do so many scientists still argue?
They don't argue whether or not like species change over time. They argue about some of the particular mechanisms that undergird the process. You may be able to find, for example, like I don't know, an economist that doesn't believe in evolution, for example, but I don't know any biologist. Like I wouldn't want to know what a meteorologist thinks about the theory of evolution. Just like I wouldn't go to a mechanic with an amputated finger and tell them fix it. After all, you're a fixer, aren't you, Mister Fix It? Why don't you fix my amputated finger? No, I would go to a doctor, right? So I'm not aware of any working biologists who don't believe in evolution. But even if there are some,
There definitely
what are
are.
they going to represent? 1%?
Who cares if it's zero?
Who cares if it's zero?
There's just no denying the evidence because you're taught in school the same thing. They don't teach you about God in school. They teach you about, well, you were from an ape and then you came here and now you're here.
Well,
That's all they teach
we
you.
have a First Amendment, so
Okay, doesn't change how what's in our law books and what's in our rule books we have to follow
you're saying the First Amendment doesn't affect what's in our law books that we have to follow?
in our textbooks in school,
You didn't seriously just say that, did you?
in our textbooks.
Literally all of our laws are built around the Bill of Rights and the Constitution.
Okay. So what is that telling us?
That you don't know what you're talking about.
You guys all think the same. Every single you guys act like you know so much more than everybody else in the world.
Uh, no. It's
Yes.
just
Every
when
single
you
one of you.
say that the First Amendment has nothing to do with what goes into textbooks, that's just factually incorrect.
The First Amendment. What are you talking about?
The reason that that God isn't taught in school is because we have an establishment clause.
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay,
now we're forced to learn about one topic rather than the other.
you well, if you're gonna learn about science, then you need to learn about science
But why don't they teach us the other side of it? They don't teach us anything else but
because
that.
it's not science.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Like, why don't they teach you how to play the saxophone in math class?
They don't teach God at all, period. That's just how public schools are.
Why would they?
Because it's been a debated topic for over 2,000 years, and nobody yet has found completely one way or the other that's right.
So, which God should they talk about?
The one that rose from the dead, the one that's the only tomb's empty.
Why should they talk about your God?
It's not just like you're picking a lottery out of 100 gods. All these other gods have stated that they're not the way. And then you have Jesus Christ who rose and their tomb's empty. Like, why would you not
So
believe
the
that?
question was, why should they teach your God? Or do you think they should teach all the gods?
No, they should educate you on all of them, every single one of them.
Okay, well, that's not really what you said at first, but okay.
Every single one of them. Because
Okay.
then everybody can realize that, okay, this kind of makes sense now. All these prophecies and all this evidence and all this hardcore evidence, rather than we came from something and now we're just here. And we live for nothing and we're just going to die and be in a hole the rest of our life.
So there's, I don't know, let's just say 10,000 gods? Well, let's just say there's 1,000 gods. We'll go with that. Well, let's just say there's 500 gods. Well, actually, let's go with 200 gods. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. A typical United States school year is 180 days. So you would get less than 1 day per God, so Jesus would get less than 1 day. Sound good?
Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
All right. Well, at least you're
Better than
being
nothing.
fair.
It's better than nothing. Why do you get in so much trouble for preaching Christianity but not other religions?
In school, or what are you talking
Everywhere.
about? Everywhere?
You're beheaded in
I've
other
never
countries.
once heard of. So I went to Catholic mass, and the police never came in and were like, "What are you doing? Drop it! Drop it!
It's a
Drop the
private
cup!
organization
Drop the cup!" That like never once ever happened.
because it's a private organization.
Yeah, but they're teaching Christianity, and
They're
they
not in
get in
public
trouble
though.
all the time for that.
Not in public. And why are they so persecuted and everywhere? Like you don't find evolutionists dead on the streets. You find Christians dead on the streets.
No, that's not true. It maybe doesn't happen a lot today, but like in places like Afghanistan, yeah, people that deny the religion there, they get killed. People that are
Same
just
Christians do
secularists.
too.
In Turkey, they've made teaching evolution illegal. I don't think capital punishments ever happened for it. Stalin, he executed hundreds of biologists because they wouldn't renounce evolution.
I'm just saying that Christians are a very oppressed group, and they always have been. And I don't know why that
They're
is.
also a
Why?
very oppressive group.
No.
What do you mean?
Radicals
No?
might be. Radicals might be.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of them throughout history.
But there's been a lot of radical, you know, evolutionists as well.
Name one.
I'm talking to one.
Great.
But, I mean, like, for example, Galileo literally believed in God that created our world. And so why
Yeah, he
are these great
lived in a
minds
very
so busy?
ignorant time.
Okay, now it's just ignorant.
Yeah, we know more today than we did 400 years ago.
You know, it's like everything you try and tell you guys, you all just say the same thing. So much proof.
Okay. Are you non-denominational?
What? I'm Christian.
Yeah, what denomination are you?
To be honest, I haven't really decided yet. Either Orthodox or Baptist.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So now what? You want to make out?
Yeah, I bet you like that.
Not
But
really.
like,